Okay, I just got home from chemo and we stopped at the health food store, picked up a few things. I did notice, like, at the end while I was in the chair, kind of when all was said and done, I started to feel a little stuffy, and I have a super slight headache, and that could just very well be from not eating, because I just had a little snack in there. So far so good. I am gonna stay ahead of the nausea, I keep saying that. And I also am just gonna take it easy, put my feet up, maybe watch some TV, some Netflix, and just start detoxing, get this cancer out.
Really quick, I'm hopping on here. It's been 24 hours since I left chemo. I ended up not taking my nausea medicine soon enough and throwing up from about 5 to, I don't know, I think I got to the ER at 10. So I was dehydrated, just super tired. I can be up for about 45 minutes to an hour, and then I'm tired, so I hope I don't look that bad with my bags, but okay, I'm gonna nap.
Hey everybody, it's me. I'm checking in. It's Thursday, it's day 4 after chemo. Day 1 was Monday. I got my first chemo treatment, I guess, infusion, and I had 2 different types of chemo medicine. I am on the ACT protocol, and so I'm getting the AC part of it right now, and so that was interesting. I first got hooked up. They hooked into my port and gave me some anti-nausea and steroids, and then over 2 different manual pushes, they took about 10 minutes each, I got the A part, and then she hooked me up to a drip for about an hour and I got the C part. And so I left there at like 1, I felt great, not 100%, but close to it. And then at about 5 that night, I started throwing up, and it was spread apart at first, and then I think towards the end of the night, I had no idea, but about 10:30, I think Steve took me to the ER, and they got me in because it's bike week, and you do not want to get sick in Daytona area. We're about 20 minutes south of Daytona. You do not want to get sick during bike week, but they got me in because I was just in that waiting room dry heaving, and got me fluids, got me some anti-nausea, and I got to sleep on and off, and so that was good. I came home Tuesday afternoon, tired, I mean just tired. So I basically slept Tuesday and Wednesday. I could be up, I would try to get up, walk around a little, but about 45 minutes to an hour, I was just exhausted. Been staying up on the nausea medicine. I got this Neulasta shot. They put this thing on my arm, and it itself gave me a Neulasta shot that helps build the white blood cells in my body. So I took some stuff to help with the side effects of that, and then woke up today. My mom brought over, she got some protein shake that someone gave her that's made specifically for chemo patients, and I felt like $1 million today at noon. I felt so good. So that was awesome, but then I napped and feeling tired again. So I've been up, I've been outside. Yeah, this has been a rough week so far, but God is good. I am reminded that in Isaiah 43, it says that He created me, He formed me. He says, "Do not fear, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by name. You are mine." And so, as my Father, as my Creator, I know that I want the best for my children. He wants the best for me. And unfortunately, the best for me involves cancer, and so involves chemotherapy. So that's it. That's where I'm at right now. And talk to you later. This on my arm that just gave me a Neulasta shot, and now it's time to take it off. Hey everybody, it's Michelle. I'm just checking in. Today is Saturday. So like day 6 after chemotherapy, I'm counting Monday as day 1. And so today is day 6. And anyways, I just wanted to touch base with you guys and let you know like kind of what landed me in the ER, because I think a lot of you guys are asking that. Basically, I ended up throwing up uncontrollably. I did not get ahead of the nausea. And we joke, I said, oh, I was too busy, I was here on social media. But there were maybe a couple things that were involved with that. One, I came home and felt fine. I'd been on the steroids and we knew I would feel fine, and so I was left alone. And I had just had that minor headache that I talked about, but when the nausea hit, I went to take my medicine and then it was too late. Swallowing any sort of pills anyways can be a challenge for me and really bring up a gag reflex, and takes a lot of mental strength. And so anyways, I just ended up throwing up. And but I did end up in the ER, and they took good care of me, got me hydrated, and I was able to come home, and so I'm so thankful for that. Let me see, there was a couple other things I wanted to just kind of let you guys know about. I wrote them down, but anyways, you know, so I think that'd be like one of the things, like if you're going through this, like those first days, do not be left alone. You don't know what it's going to be like. You don't know how your body's going to react, but you need to have somebody there. And if you have young children, I know that means you have to call on a lot of people to help, but it's okay. People want to help. And find a small team. I have found that I have a small team of people who are amazing in my life, and they are there and I can count on them. And so that has been fabulous. I also, what had happened was then my appetite was down. So until last night, I really hadn't eaten all week. I ate on Monday and then threw all that up. And so basically I'd had a good green salad, and I had a good juice from the Whole Food store. And now all of that pretty much does not appeal to me, so that's kind of a bummer for now. But anyways, we move on. So last night, yesterday afternoon, when I started to crave meatloaf, it was purely God and His love for me when my friend Lenora showed up with, she said, I have got some comfort food, I've got some mashed potatoes for you, and then she said, and some meatloaf. So I got to eat last night, and it was awesome. But I've been weak. I'm doing much better yesterday and today. I feel like those were, these have been my better days, and I can be up for more than an hour or so without napping. And yeah, I mean, I'm not 100%, but I'm feeling good. Something else that I've learned is pillows. I have a gazillion pillows. I have a lot of pillows in my house anyways, because if you've been here, you know we gotta house a lot of people and a lot of heads a lot of times. And so now that no one is allowed to stay at my house, yep, I'm sorry, I put that ban on, a ban on my house, but I have all those pillows because sometimes just the right angle is the angle that doesn't make me nauseous. And I've been staying on top of my nausea medicine, so I haven't really felt the nausea. But I will just get into the right position, whether it's on my side, my back, my whatever, and it's like my own personal Craftmatic bed, customized for me. So pillows was a great deal. And also there was this protein shake that my mom got me, or a friend of my mom's gave her for me, that is specifically designed for chemo patients. And once I got that into my system on Thursday, I really started to feel better, because when you can't eat, you just don't have energy, and the chemo's already draining my energy, so it was really just kind of this thing I knew if I could just eat. And so so that was awesome, and that was a lifesaver. Hey guys, so there's just one last thought that I want to leave you with, and that was when you're going through hard times, whether it's cancer, chemotherapy, losing a job, you know, struggling marriage, kids, teenagers, all that stuff, what are you looking at? Where is your focus? I don't know if any of you saw, but a friend of mine, Angela, made a video of that first chemo day for me. And that first chemo day, I did not watch the process happen. I mean, you know, in some sense I watched it, but I chose to look the nurse in the eye. I chose to look Steve and Angela in the eye and not watch the chemo getting pushed into my system. And I don't know why I did that. That wasn't anything I pre-thought about. That's just something that happened that day of. And it really hit home when I got the latest blog post from a friend of mine, Doris, and I'm going to read what she wrote. It was not about going through cancer or chemo at all, but this is what she said. She said, when we change the trajectory of our focus and off ourselves and onto God, it's fear that fizzles out. When we focus on God, we see his love and his ability to do the impossible through broken messes like us. You know, when I focused on that nurse, when I focused on Steve, I had no fear. I wasn't focusing on this poison and this chemo that was going into my body to save my life. I was changing my trajectory of my focus. And so what are you looking at? What are we looking at? It's so easy to look at the mess. It's so easy to look at the problem. But you know, Paul authored a book to the people who lived in the city of Corinth, Greece, you know, thousands of years ago. And he said to them, he said, so we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but what is unseen. Since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. So this week, it is my heart and my prayer that you would fix your eyes not on the problem in front of you, that you would change your trajectory. Trajectory? That's a tough word, people, but tough word to say, and it is a tough shift of vision to have. But if we take our view off of the problem, we take the view off of what we see and what we think and how we think things are going to turn out, and we just start to, number one, trust that God knows, and if we just trust that there is a hope and a plan for our future, and that this will all fall in line, it works out good. And you know, another thing that I thought about is when we can go back, you know, the people of ancient times would have stones of remembrance, and they would want to remember things that God had done in their life. And when we go back and we look at those things, when we look at hard times that seem like they were going to kill us, and here we are still alive again, it makes times like this easy. Yeah, maybe not easy, but you know, doable. And you know, I look back, you know, Monday was 6 days ago. It seems like an eternity ago. And it also just seems like 6 days ago. So I hope you guys have a good week. I hope you really, when you start to spiral into that craziness, looking at the crazy and what's in front of you, that you would change that view. You would change the way what you're looking at. And so I hope you guys, thanks, you know, whatever. Thanks for being here with me. Thanks for following along. And I hope you guys have a great week. So peace out.